Hare Krishna, Namaste, Chapter 18, Sloka 66, Part 22. Sarva-dharmān parityajya, mām ekaṁ śaraṇaṁ vraja, ahaṁ sarva-pāpebhyo, mokṣayiṣyāmi ma śucaḥ. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. In the previous session, we ended that one must be completely dependent on the Lord, parityajya, which is the essential factor for śaraṇagati. Those who depend on their strength are said to be svatantriyas, who follows different means to attain the Lord by their own strength. So what makes one to shift from svatantriyam to parityajya, or from bhakti yoga to śaraṇagati? Please make a note that bhakti yoga we are discussing here are those 32 vidyas we covered in one of the previous sessions. The bhakti that bhaktas practices for the pleasure of the Lord has no question here. Shifting to śaraṇagati doesn't mean we give up our bhakti. But what needs to be given up for a bhakta is the idea that my bhakti will get me Krishna. It is not possible for myself to attain the perfect stage, the highest stage of bhakti. Therefore I am surrendering unto you, my Lord, as the only means to give me that unalloyed bhakti, to save me. You are my mean and shelter and goal. Now let's answer the question, what makes one shift from bhakti yogi to śaraṇagata? Number one, I am not willing to wait until all my prayachita karmas are drained, which may take several lifetimes. I don't want any wait time. I want in this very lifetime. When a person has this determination, such a person can take into śaraṇagati. The second point or reason why I should even take any effort to save myself when I fully belong to Krishna. He is my proprietor. He is my master. It is his responsibility to take care of me, to take me back to his abode. That means, in this case, there is no svatantriyam. One is completely free of independent nature, no ahaṁkara. Such person takes into śaraṇagati. Even we have a little pinch of ahaṁkara, then śaraṇagati will not fructify. Like, let me do my part and let Lord do his part. With a combination of these two, I will get what I need, which means I am depending on my own strength to some extent. Whereas a fully dependent person, tadeka upayata yancha, understands that you, Krishna, are the upayam. You are the means for me to attain you. Ananya sadhye swabhishte. Ananya, anya means others, other. Ananya means no other means. I can't attain your lotus feet by any other means. Ananya sadhye swabhishte. My desire that I want to attain you is not attainable by any other means. That's what is said as ananya sadhye swabhishte. Not by karma yoga, not by jnana yoga, not even by bhakti yoga. When one has this firm conviction, then that is said to be mahavishvasa purvakam. Ananya sadhye swabhishte mahavishvasa purvakam. Having complete conviction that Krishna is the only means by which I can attain Krishna. This is what's said to be Mahavishwasam. In this manner, one needs to yanche, one needs to place one's request at Lord's lotus feet. That is, the mindset should be, it is the Lord alone who can be my means to attain Him, which means it includes a prayer that, my dear Lord, you will kindly be my upaya, means to attain you. One must have that buddhi, and that buddhi must be expressed in the form of prayer. This is said to be Sharanagati. So, those who have strong desire to attain the Lord, when one realizes fully that he belongs to the Lord, he must be with the Lord, he must serve the Lord without any interruptions. When one realizes that there are so many in the spiritual world who are blissfully engaged in serving the Lord, then why can't I be there too to serve the Lord? It's not that only those who are in the spiritual world are Krishna's children. I am also Krishna's child. He is my father. I deserve to be with him in the spiritual world. I have all rights to ask my Supreme Father to take me back because of the unbreakable eternal relationship that I have with Krishna. When a child wants food, it doesn't go and plead, beg to mother asking for food. It just demands the food and mother provides the food. That's because mother and child relationship is so strong. But the fact is that mother-child relationship is not even eternal. It is just that current lifetime. But still as a child, we have so much right towards our parents, asking for what we want. Then what to speak about our eternal father, mother, guardian, that is Krishna. That relationship that we have with Krishna cannot be severed by anyone, not even by God Himself. Therefore, we must take the opportunity and ask the Lord in a prayerful mode to give shelter at His lotus feet. So, the desire is the first. I want to be with Krishna. Number 2, I have no other options left by which I can attain Krishna. Number 3, I need it now in this very lifetime, not in future, not later. Number 4, no ahaṁ, meaning no swatantriyam, not being independent, but fully dependent on Krishna. And lastly, strong conviction, firm conviction that Krishna can fulfill my desire. That is Sharanagati. Whereas in Bhakti Yoga, the Bhakti Yogi certainly got a desire wanting to be with Krishna. No question about that. But is depending on the option called Bhakti Yoga. And the Bhakti Yogi is ready to wait even past this lifetime to attain Krishna. Bhakti Yogi will have a little bit of swatantriya, ahaṁ, that he is doing bhakti. And of course, Bhakti Yogi also convinced that it is Krishna who will fulfill his desire, but for that he has to perform bhakti. Otherwise, Krishna will not. These are the factors which becomes the cause for a Bhakti Yogi to shift towards Sharanagati. Another way to understand this difference is a son who graduated and found a job. He starts earning money. When he gets a salary, he comes back home and gives the salary, entire salary, to the father and requests the father to continue managing him and rest of the family members as he was doing all these years. Whereas the second son of the same father, who also earns keeps the salary, but of course he maintains everyone. So the first one is Sharanagati, whereas the second one is Bhakti Yoga. So depending on Krishna is like giving everything out to Krishna, and Krishna is going to maintain us. Whereas the second one is keeping things to ourselves to maintain us. So the simple question is, should I go through the process of attaining Krishna through myself, or should I keep Krishna himself as the means to attain him? By now, hopefully we can understand Sharanagati is much easier compared to any other means to attain Krishna. We also understood that Bhakti Yoga takes quite a long lifetime to perfect oneself to attain Krishna. So question may arise, what about Sharanagati? How long does it take to attain Krishna through the process of Sharanagati? Is it going to take 10 lifetimes, 100 lifetimes, or 80 years, 50 years, 20 years, 12 months, 1 month? How long does it take? The answer is, to perform Sharanagati, it just takes a matter of seconds, because this is to do with buddhi, nothing else. If one must become a good person, it is not a gradual process. It can happen faster because it has to do with one's buddhi, intelligence. If a thief wants to become a good person, it doesn't go through a program of gradual reduction that I was robbing 30 homes per month. Sometimes I work overtime and make it 40. Now I want to become a good person. From now onwards, per month, I will not do overtime. And from next month, I will reduce it to 15 homes. And the third month, I will reduce it to 10. And gradually in this way, I will stop stealing. This is not the way one changes. One becomes good. For one to become good, it just takes a matter of second. It just depends on how strong our desire is to become good. If we have a strong desire, the changes happens immediately. If we have a weak desire, the changes will take its own sweet time. And if we have no desire, we will continue our sinful business. How can we say that the change only takes few seconds? Because it happens on the mind level, not on the body. The changes, to bring changes on the body level, it is not easy. It requires a lot of time. To change the habits of the body is harder compared to the change of mind, which can be done within few seconds. Therefore, change of mind is faster. Change of habits of body is slower. That is why Krishna said, Matra spasrastu kaunteya sitosna sukha dukkadaha agamapayino nityas tam titikshasva bharata. The non-permanent appearance of happiness and distress and their disappearance in due course are like the appearance and disappearance of winter and summer seasons. They arise from sense perception. O descendant of Bharata, one must learn to tolerate them without being disturbed. So we can clearly see here, controlling or changing the body thing is challenging than the mind. Therefore, Krishna is saying, tolerate. Tolerance is not to do with body, it is to do with mind. When that is taken care, then body will come under control. It will be taken care as well. Now that we understand Sharanagati is completely surrendering oneself unto the lotus feet of the Lord in a helpless condition, accepting there is no other means other than Krishna himself, accepting there's no other shelter other than Krishna himself. My karma jnana bhakti is not going to help me to attain Krishna. There is no one else who can help me either. Akinchanyam ananyagatitvam. We understood this, but the question is, now after me surrendering, should I stop doing anything? Should I stop performing bhakti? Follow the process of bhakti? Stop doing devotional services? Stop going to the temple? And simply do nothing? Just wait for the moment to leave this body so I can attain Krishna? These are the questions may arise. Let's find the answer in our next session. Thank you. Hare Krishna.